It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rectenwald. This is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Scott Kelly's.
How are you?
Mr. Scott Kelly's.
Dang right. You're getting this down, Pat.
It's about time, huh?
Yeah, it's about time, but it keep going.
I'm done. That's it. It's as good as it goes.
That's it, huh?
Thanks for watching.
That's the show today. I appreciate it, guys.
Introduce Scott and be done.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
You can go ahead. I got the show. No, I'm just kidding.
That day will come.
That day will come. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to let you go ahead and run it. I'm going to go.
It'll be slow. Did you have a good night?
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept waking up. I don't know why. Seemed like every couple hours I was back up. And if I wake up, I've got to get up and do something. Whether it be go to the restroom, have a drink, I got to do something or I'll just lay there. So kind of break the cycle and lay back down and go back to sleep.
Did you get any of them honeydews done yesterday afternoon? No.
No, I went over to Blue Compass RV, had their big grand opening for their name change and all that stuff. So went over there and, David Stroud, that's his full-time job. So figured I'd go over there and support him. And he was supposed to do this big speech thing and then didn't have to do it. So he was happy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make him do it tomorrow, live on air.
That ought to go over well.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. He was so nervous about doing it, he didn't want to do it. So we'll just make him do it on the show.
I bet you don't.
All right, $5?
I'm not that generous.
Oh, come on, $1.
Okay.
$1, you cheapskate. But no, we went out and did that, and then just did a little shopping and went home and made some dinner.
Took it easy. Huh?
I did yesterday.
Me too.
Of course, you're not able to do a whole lot of mowing and stuff yet.
I need to be, but I can't, so yeah. I'm not.
Yeah, give it a little time, a little heal. You'll be all right.
I'll be ready. Grass may be knee deep to a grasshopper.
It will be with this rain coming through.
The warm weather, nice and cool. But
I was hoping I had like one more mow job and then we'll be done. But I
bet you're going to have a couple more.
Yeah,
it's just the way it goes.
I don't think it's quite done yet growing.
I don't think so either. Morning prayer brought to you by Hospice of the Ozarks. Hospice of the Ozarks is your place to go in your time of questioning.
Yeah.
When you've been diagnosed with terminal illness, it's not only for the patient, but it's for the family as well. They're there to support you, to educate you, to help you through your last days, pretty much.
And your family.
You and your family, correct? Absolutely.
And that's a big thing. Trust me, I've been there with Amanda's grandma, and they're such an amazing place to go. I mean, the people are awesome, but they keep you informed. You'll know exactly every step your loved one's going through.
Their phone number is 870-508-1771. Give them a call if you have questions about how to get hooked up with them. Just give them a call. They'll be glad to help you. Now the morning prayer. Lord, we just thank you for the day that you've given us. Lord, this light rain is a blessing, and we thank you for that. Lord, this morning we just pray for those that have been diagnosed with a terminal illness or with a cancer, an incurable disease of such. Lord, we just pray that you'll be with those families and be with the ones with the sickness themselves. Lord, we just pray that you will comfort them, lead them to a place like hospice that will give them the assistance that they need and the support that they'll have to have and the education that they will desire once they get involved and started with this. This is not a pleasant thing to deal with, but it is the way life works for some folks. And Lord, we just thank you for everything that you do for us. Lord, we just pray again for our students that are traveling back and forth to school this morning. We pray for the administration, the teachers, all the faculty at our local schools. And it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Hospice of the Ozark, 870-508-1771. Give them a call if you're in need of that service. And we'll be back in just a moment after a quick word from Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. Be back in just a moment.
Oh, honey, we've had such a wonderful vacation here in the Ozarks. I really hate to go home.
I know. The lakes, the rivers, they've all been great for fishing. Oh, and the boating and the swimming.
And the people are so nice in the stores and restaurants.
Let's call an agent and see if we can make Mountain Home our new home.
Call the Z-Team, 870-405-0793. Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, Mountain Home.
870-405-0793. Hello, Z-Team?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for the lake levels, dam reports, and the weather, and all the updates brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. RetireToArkansas.net is their website. Go there, click on live views, and we see fog today.
No, there's a little mist, but it's pretty clear.
Pretty nice shot from Marion County, Arkansas, back into the Baxter County, Arkansas
Hold on, I got to switch over to this next one. Sorry.
Oh.
Because it was a cool shot with the blue water and the green. I wanted to catch it before it flipped.
There you go. That is the beautiful White River over in Cotter, Arkansas. Go back to the other one. Bloop. What you're looking at is a great shot of the White River from Marion County, Arkansas, back into Baxter County, Arkansas. It's the city of Cotter. The baseball field there is in front of you. The downtown portion of Cotter up to the upper right. Way off to the right would be the city of Mountain Home. To your left would be the city of Bull Shoals. Straight ahead is the state of Missouri. The Witch's Hat Water Tower is there at about 1 o'clock. This is just some beautiful scenes from Bob and Linda Zadora, provided to you daily at RetireToArkansas.net. Go there, click on live views. This is what you get to see. But while you're there, click on MLS listings. See if there's anything there that catches your interest. If there is, give them a call at 870-405-0793. I'll run through some temperatures while that scrolls through. That's a pretty cool shot, too, even with the froggy. Now, if that was Los Angeles, that'd be smog and not fog.
There you go.
In Mountain Home, it's currently 62. Harrison, 62. Batesville, Yellville, Marshall is all 63. Salem is 62. And Mountain View, Arkansas is 63. Calico Rock, West Plains, Missouri is 62. Springfield, Missouri, 63. Poplar Bluff, Missouri, 56. St. Louis, Missouri is 57. Make sure this didn't time out, which it did. There you go. Just a great shot of the White River. Looks like got a little bit of water running through it today. You could probably float a little bit, but if you're not really well versed at the river, you might want to get you a guide because they kind of know where all the obstacles are.
Know where the channels are at.
Know where the channels is. Now we can go to the radar. Currently across the U.S. by the rain that we have in our area should be out of the area by 8 or 9, possibly 10 this morning. Other than that, just a little bit of rain up in the Illinois. Missouri is going to get a little bit throughout the afternoon. Montana is getting some. We'll zoom into Arkansas and see what we've got locally, how long it's going to last. These are light showers that are going to go through. They should be out of our area totally by 1 o'clock. But currently, what we're looking at from Rogers to Blytheville, we've got some heavy rain scattered across from, say, Fayetteville, almost to Jonesboro. But again, that should be out of our area by 11. Some rain over at Fort Smith, Little Rock, Conway, Hot Springs, and Pine Bluff are clear until about 11. That southern portion of that rain's going to start hitting them. But I would bet by 2 o'clock this afternoon, the whole state will be cleared up. Watches and warnings up in northwest Arkansas. We've got a flash flood warning, part of Oklahoma, southern corner of Missouri has a flood warning along with a portion of Kansas. It's really cold right here. Frost warning in Oregon.
They can have it.
It won't be long before we start getting those.
We got time.
7-day forecast, a 90% down to a 40% chance of rain and showers today, high of 75. Chance of showers then mostly cloudy tonight, low of 61. Chance of showers tomorrow, high of 80. Chance of rain tomorrow is 50%, low of 63. Thunderstorms likely tomorrow, Friday, high of 75. Partly cloudy, slight chance of thunderstorms, low of 63 on Friday night. Chance of thunderstorms on Saturday, high of 80. Chance of rain at 60% on Saturday night, low of 63. Sunday, high of 76 with a chance of rain. Sunday night, going to get down to 61. Next Monday is going to be high of 77. Next Tuesday, high of 76. Tree pollen, none today, none tomorrow, none on Friday. Grass is moderate today, none tomorrow, none on Friday. Ragweed is high today, high tomorrow, and moderate on Friday. Lake levels and dam reports. Lake Norfolk 553.31, which is 1.31 above full pool of 552. Generation is not available at Norfolk. Lake Bull Shoals 656.89, which is 2.11 feet below full pool of 659. Currently generating 1 at minimum flow. If you'd like to check the lake levels dam reports on your own, give them a call at 870-431-5311. And you can listen to the recording. They'll change it anytime they make changes in the generation. This has been the weather, the lake levels, and dam reports brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is your number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road, where your business is appreciated.
Going on now through June, up to $500 off select mowers at Mower Warehouse, with no money down and payments as low as $89 per month.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for community news and happenings brought to you by Mower Warehouse. Mower Warehouse is located on Highway 178 East, out toward the bypass, about a quarter mile from the bypass on the right-hand side of the road. But don't worry, you'll know you're there when you see the mowers in the air. Rebates.
Rebates.
Rebate.
We've got it till the end of the month. They've got major rebates on their mowers. They've got financing. They can get you into a mower today without it costing a lot of money out of your pocketbook. Mm-hmm. Great deals, but it's only till the end of the month.
What's a pocketbook?
What's a wallet?
Okay. Just thought I'd ask.
Never heard of that?
Pocketbook? No.
Hey, learn something new every day.
Is it kind of like a man purse?
No, there's a big difference. Pocketbook's a wallet. Man purse, just a purse.
Just a purse. Mower Warehouse has parts, sales, service. If you can't get your mower to them, give them a call. They'll be glad to come pick it up for you, bring it back to you when it's finished. Instead of looking on eBay or Amazon, give them a check. Make sure they don't have the part already in stock, local for you. Parts for lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, you name it. They probably
generators,
you name it. They've probably got it there for you. Community news and happenings. The registration for the Kick Cancer and the Bass tournament started on Wednesday, the 18th. Monday, the 18th. Today is Wednesday. By the way, Scott, just thought I'd throw that up there for you.
I was looking at the date.
Yep.
Okay.
The location for the tournament is Bull Shoals Lake Book Dock at Bull Shoals, Arkansas. The date of the tournament will be November the 4th. Getting registered now for that. They are limited to 75 boats, so you might want to get your name in the hat for that right away. If you want some more information, call Melissa Hudson at Pites Cancer Support House at 870-508-2273. This Saturday is a fundraising event for Cross Trails Outfitters, a youth hunting and fishing club. It's a fundraiser. This is like their major fundraiser of the season. Be held at Hope Center at the Twin Lakes Baptist Church. The doors will open at 5:30. The event is from 6 to 8:30. It's at 2645 Highway 62 Southwest. Tickets are $25 a piece. You can get them at Rivertown Gallery at 3512 Highway 62 West. You can call Rivertown Gallery at 425-3898, or you can get a hold of Dwayne Hayda, who is the Arkansas State Director, 870-404-7999. You can email him at dhayda@teamcto.org. Pretty good organization. We got to listen to them last week when they were here, and it sounds like they've got a lot of things going on for young men, and it sounds like they're starting to do some stuff with the young ladies as well.
Yeah, they've got a ladies group starting up as well, so that's awesome.
This here says that La Torcha Brick Oven Pizza is holding a trunk or treat on October the 28th from 4 to 8. Bounce house, face painting, cupcakes and cookies, hot chocolate, costume contest, raffle prizes, giveaways, all kinds of good things. I'm guessing it's going to be in their parking lot.
That would be my guess. I haven't went over and talked to them about it, and there's not a whole lot on the flyer, so
not a whole
I'll
lot
see if I can get some more information on that.
Might be a good idea to go by there and see what's the what. DAV's having their Veterans Picket, and we'll talk about that with Dan Hall and Miss Hollie here in just a little bit. We talked about the registration for Kick Cancer in the Bass. Is the third annual. The third annual Ozark County FFA Bull Blast Friday night. That should be a good time. It is this Friday night at 7 o'clock. Admission is $10 for adults, $5 for children. Kids under 5 go in free. All proceeds from the event go to support the FFA chapters in Bakersfield, Dora, and Ludi, Missouri. And there looks like there's all kinds of fun things that are going to go on there. I can't get the picture to blow up any more than what it is, but it will be Friday at 7 o'clock. Be some added money to it. It's a bull blast on a Friday night, so it's third annual. It should be a good time.
Hopefully the weather holds up.
Hopefully, for them and for us. Bids were opened yesterday on the new Aquatic Center. We look forward to hearing how those came out. Hopefully everything will come in right about where they expected it to, so they can get construction started on that. That'll be a good time. You got anything else?
I don't.
No, I don't either. So with that, we're going to take a break. I do want to mention real quick that Mountain Home golf teams, the boys took conference champs, and the girls finished third, so they both qualify for state. I believe Flippin has done real well with their golfing. So did Yellville. Melbourne won theirs. Salem girls qualified for state as well. So it's just a good day for golf yesterday. So
way to go.
All across.
Awesome.
Flippin boys won. Valley Spring girls won in the 3A. Just all kinds of fun stuff going on. So with that, we're going to take a break and come back with our guest. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a bit.
You ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z-Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z-Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Dan Hall, Arkansas Department of Disabled American Veterans. Miss Hollie Scoma from District 3 Veteran Service Officer. How are y'all?
We're busy.
Yeah.
You know, Hollie skipped out on us last month.
Yeah. She
So
does that.
sorry, guys.
Well,
I've just been really busy and traveling around the United States, but sure.
Let's just jump right into that. We need
We're
to
just going to
discuss
be
this.
right there.
Yeah, I mean, you just left us hanging. We are scheduled every month at the same time.
Your schedule should go around what you've got planned for here.
It should.
But
in theory, it does not.
I know where we fall now and everything else that's going on in her life. So.
My goodness. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to leave you guys like in a lurch. I thought you guys were left in capable hands. Apparently, Dan.
Well,
were you just like talking smack the whole time.
I was here, and Dr. Walford joined us.
We even had a guest.
But you weren't here.
I know. I'm sorry.
I was afraid you weren't going to be here today.
Why are you deflecting onto everybody else?
What?
This is your problem for not being here.
No, what did you want to
What
say
is
about
happening?
me? What did you want to say about me off camera?
I wasn't saying anything off camera. This has been such a turn. Listen, I just came back from D.C. We're leaving to Colorado tomorrow. We are busy. Yeah,
you gotta love it. You gotta love it.
And your poor husband's left home with the children.
I know. Oh
with
my
pretty
goodness.
And Pretty Boy.
And Pretty Boy.
It's been rough though. It's been a lot of traveling lately. We have a lot of new trainings and PACAC and appeals happen.
Being an organized conversation.
Yeah, she's trying to deflect it back into work.
I'm gonna
now.
make it. I'm a professional.
Okay.
That says it all. That says it all right
Dan,
there.
you're supposed to be on my side.
I am. I got your 6.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Let him stop laughing first.
But really, we've been super busy. So, and I handle appeals as well because our state team is hiring new appeals people down in Little Rock. So I go and I help argue the cases for veterans who are finally getting their chance to speak in front of a judge. So that's where a lot of my time has been spent these past couple ones. And so last time I was prepping for that and then traveling. So
I understand you're busy and you got a job to do, but Dan told us you were on vacation
I wish.
last month when you weren't here.
No. I wish I was on vacation.
Or maybe it was Scooter that said you were on vacation.
No, I need a vacation.
Oh, you need a vacation.
I don't know. I may have mentioned the beach.
Oh, that would be so nice. I'm ready. Are you going to talk to my boss? You tell her.
Yeah.
Yeah. First off, she would be like, yes, take a vacation. But I'm so busy, I can't right now.
How's Dan Hall?
Busy.
We'll leave Hollie alone for a moment.
Busy.
Oh, thank goodness.
This has been a really busy couple of months, actually. We're getting down to our picnic coming up.
Picnic is
very soon.
2 weeks from Saturday?
The 7th of October,
Yeah.
But that's been since June, doing all the prep work on that. And it's like, to an observer, it's the same picnic, just grows a little bit, but they're never the same because you have all new people involved. The coordinating between ASU, Dr. Wallace has really come on board big time.
Talk about the picnic itself, Dan. Tell the veterans out there that may be new to the area that don't know what this picnic is.
This is something that we started 18 years ago. It was started by the local DAV chapter to outreach to local veterans that don't get involved in DAV or VFW or the American Legion. They're just kind of isolated. And maybe they filed a claim with VA 40 years ago and didn't have very much success. Well, it's a new VA, and so there's a lot of things that they may be eligible for different kinds of resources and help that they didn't even know existed. So we started that. We would raise $1,000 in the community to buy the food and put it on, and we'd spend $1,200, but it did what we wanted to do. And we were doing it at Hickory Park. Very limited parking. We had that one pavilion until you put the band under there and a few tables and everything. It got a little bit congested, feeding 125 people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then Good Samaritan Society hooked up with us. Their campus, a third of their residents were veterans, and so they started to bus them in to be part of this program. And then all of their volunteers got involved, and it expanded into a community program, and we just ran out of space over there. Went over to ASU and talked to Dr. Myers and said, we need a new venue, and basically their attitude was, we'll do whatever you need. And it's just grown. Where we used to feed 125, we feed 625. And we have a lot of guests coming. Dr. Margie Scott is the director of Central Arkansas Veterans Healthcare System. She will be here. They'll be bringing the mobile unit up. They give flu shots and vaccines or whatever people need. The Vet Center, Little Rock, will be sending their mobile unit up. DAV, Department of Arkansas, will be sending their mobile claims unit up. The local community-based outreach clinic, Baxter Health. Matter of fact, I got Brian Barnett, from one of the vice presidents over at Baxter Health, going to be doing some of the cooking. So there'll be, I think we already have 15 vendors. Will have booths set up, people that do things for veterans and offer benefits to veterans.
How many people are you expecting to feed this year?
650 to 700 probably. That's what we've got the food for.
Is it just Baxter County, or is it North Central Arkansas?
If you can hear my voice and you're a veteran or a family member of a veteran, come on out. ASU Mountain Home.
Yeah. So this is just slightly different than the benefit fair that we did in April. This is more like an appreciation, but it still has all of the resources there too. So if somebody missed the April Veterans Benefit Fair, then they can come back and kind of still see on a small scale here. We won't have ID cards because of the electrical and printing needs of them, but we'll still have a lot of the same people so that they can still talk to them and make appointments and get everything else scheduled. So like people who haven't enrolled in VA healthcare, we'll have our healthcare people there. So
what time of the day does that start then?
Well, we'll be over there getting everything going. People will start showing up probably a little after 10. We'll be feeding from 11 to 1 roughly, or till we get tired. Katie Laney Project will be the entertainment. They do a great job for us. Dan Jackson, I understand, will be there to do the Star Spangled Banner. All of the people that we have invited, Major General Kendall Penn, who was the adjutant, National Guard adjutant general, Sarah Huckabee appointed him to be the director or the secretary, I guess I call it now, of Arkansas Department of Veterans Affairs. He will be here. His office contacted me, wanted to know, do do we expect him to make a speech? And I said, no, if he wants to make a few remarks, that'd be great, but we don't need a keynote address or anything. Just come up and be here.
Just be here, support it.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, who else did we have on that? Oh, John Donovan is our Department of Arkansas DAV adjutant, been for several years. He's now in the seats at the national level. He's like the 3rd junior vice commander of disabled American veterans nationally. And so in a couple of years, he'll just move up the seats and be the national commander. He'll be here. Billy Sanders, who's the state commander, will be here. So everybody we invited has Attorney General Griffin, he's a full bird colonel. He's always here, but this year I think he's got something else going, but he's going to send representation, so the Attorney General's office will be here. So.
There you go. That'll be October the 7th. It's
October
the
7th.
18th annual Veterans Appreciation Outreach Picnic hosted by the Disabled American Veterans, chapter number 30. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Providing caring, compassionate services at an affordable price is our goal at Connor Family Funeral Home. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that treats our friends and neighbors just like family, with a wide range of services and options to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area. Connor Family addresses all the details with no hidden fees, so you can rest assured that you are treated like family for a more personalized and worry-free service. That's Connor Family Funeral Home, where compassion and affordability meet, located in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. If you're
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning, Dan Hall, Arkansas Department of Disabled American Veterans, and Hollie Scoma is the District 3 Veteran Service Officer. And Hollie, it's your turn. We're going to be nice to you now.
Awesome. Oh, I really appreciate it.
For just a short.
Just a tiny bit. So, yeah, we've been really busy. So Dan has the October picnic. We are hosting the November Women's Summit here in Mountain Home. And so we're gathering and getting our agenda finalized for that so that we'll have speakers. We're doing it's 75 years of women's service, so we'll have the pictures that we've been gathering from all 75 counties of Arkansas there. And then later on, those will go and be in the state capitol building as well. So we're doing all of that, getting that ready.
Where would that be held at?
So the November conference or November summit is going to be held at the Real Life Church here. So it's going to be from, I think we decided 11 to 3. So just trying to make sure that everyone can travel here because it's going to start getting dark around then. So travel here and travel back and be safe. So, but we're going to have we're doing the many facets of women's veteran health. So we're doing like somebody talking about aging, somebody talking about body movement and mental health and emotional health, those kind of things. And then a lot of camaraderie for our women veterans. So it's the same kind of deal like Dan's talking about. Like a lot of our veterans just don't get out or go to these DAV, American Legion, or VFW post because they're not a part of the group or they don't feel comfortable or know people yet. It's the same thing for our women veterans, even more so, because then it's like a guys group, so then it's hard for them to relate sometimes and talk to them. This offers them that camaraderie that we don't normally get. So we have all of that going on, as well as PACAC has finally closed out, and so they just released all of the numbers. So they had 1.8 million veteran claims for PACAC. So it's still going on. People can still file claims, but these are the ones that were processed within that year time frame. So during that, over 1 million claims done.
What does that mean to the normal non-military mind?
So what that is the PACAC was for toxic exposure, so for Agent Orange or for the burn pits and Camp Lejeune as well. Those were exposures that happened during military service that have a lot of adverse side effects, such as cancers, breathing issues, birth defects for some of them. So it's been a lot of things. So the VA opened all of these things up and did research and found that a lot of these things were happening to veterans. So they said, hey, we will say these are presumptive, which means that we will say if you have this and you served during this time or this place, you had this thing from the military. So over 1 million people claimed that they have something that the military caused.
Bottom line, does that mean more money will be paid to those people or not?
Yeah, absolutely. So more money will be paid for them. Healthcare could be available. It could open up a lot of things. So as well as their spouses. So it wasn't just veterans filing for these things. A lot of this were spouses of veterans who have died from these diseases. Now they're eligible for a pension from the VA so that they could have a monthly income, from their service. So
do they have to call and hire one of those 1-800 number lawyers, or
they
just
do not?
Through the Veterans Administration? Or?
So they can come to the local veteran service officer, their county veteran service officer, if you will, in the state, and we'll help them file and go through the process for free. So we are the liaisons between the VA and the veterans or the dependents. And we could help them get the things without charging them. That's the most important part. So a lot of those people that charge are lawyers, and so they end up taking a big portion of their money.
35%.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah, so it's crazy, and it's money that the veteran or the spouse is owed. So we never want to see them go that route. Sometimes there are things that have to go that route, like if you are suing the VA, that's a separate thing, because we are not lawyers, so we can't do that. But that's a very rare circumstance. But even if, we can talk to them about it. So we had that, and then I just came back from DC. So I had our DC conference for state women's veteran coordinators.
Does that really stand for disconnected?
What?
DC.
I was busy. I don't know. I didn't get to see anything.
It seems like everything goes on up there is kind of disconnected from the rest of the realization.
I could see that.
Dan's got something he wants to say. I can just tell.
I could see that only because, like I said, when we hit the ground running. Like, we were working 12-hour days for 4 days straight.
Thing in one of these bills, it all just got sat there. Well, finally, they put it all together in a huge omnibus bill, and that was what the PACT Act ended up, because there was stuff with Agent Orange left over from Vietnam, and then the stuff from the burn pits, and then the Camp Lejeune. All this stuff all got put together in one big bundle. And anytime you hear about a piece of comprehensive legislation, there's a lot of bad stuff in there. They throw out the kitchen sink in it, things they couldn't otherwise pass or whatever. So it gets very cumbersome.
It does, but But because it spanned such a long time frame and so many different diagnoses, it's helped so many people though. So like Dan was saying, so from Camp Lejeune with the contaminated water, Agent Orange, like even just adding the hypertension, because that was something that they had been fighting for a very long time to get added onto their presumptive claims. And then for burn pits with the rhinitis, sinusitis, and breathing issues that a lot of our veterans have after being exposed to those burn pits. It's encompassed such a large demographic and such a large amount of people that even with all the extra things that are eventually going to come with it, I still think it was a big feat.
And there's a bunch of technocrats that really clog up the works. It's kind of like we've been fighting for mileage for veterans for their health care and so on. The VA's been paying like 41 cents a mile for the last 10 or 12 years and never adopted the policy of just paying what everybody else gets on federal, the 65.5 cents. So it's kind of in a position now where if you're scheduled for the CNP exam and the examiner's going to meet you, say in Harrison, that examiner's getting paid 62.5 cents a mile for them to get there. The veteran gets 41 cents because it's on the VA scale, not on the IRS scale. We've been arguing that with some equity involved for several years. That's one of the pieces of legislation hanging up there right now. But it just takes time, and rather than somebody in a policy-making decision just make a decision, it always ends up a federal case. So,
Yeah. But even speaking of travel, like even just the travel pay, that's such a, I get like 30 emails or calls, messages about this a day. So for travel pay for veterans, when they go see VA healthcare, they have to go and get their, they could apply for travel pay. They either have to do it online or in person at the clinic. They can pick up a form from a veteran service officer, but we can't fax it because they're no longer accepting faxes, and they don't have an email for us to send it to. So then we have to give the form back to the veteran, and the veteran has to make sure they take it to the CBOC or the VA healthcare center, and it's just so, it's such a tangled mess of like how the process is supposed to go, where they used to have the kiosk and then they got rid of them. So like we used to have this operation that would work fine and everyone could do it right then and there and it was great. But then all of a sudden it was like gone overnight. And so
well, maybe if we frustrate you enough, you'll give up the claim and just go away.
And
that's probably the case most of the time.
Yeah.
And so now they've added a new rule that they all have to be processed within 30 days. So for some of our veterans, they were waiting until the end of the year to process all of their travel because they're going and seeing doctors 4 or 5 times a month. And so they were just like, we'll have all of these things and do it all at once rather than wasting 12,000 sheets of paper. And now they have to do it within 30 days. So it's a really big change from last year. So making sure that they're talking to their CBOCs and talking to their healthcare facilities that they're going to and getting that travel stuff put in right then and there. I know.
Crazy.
It's the second largest bureaucracy in the world. And the technocrats, it's kind of one of those things. You and I understand rules and regulations that are designed to help us accomplish a mission. We know what our mission is, to help veterans. Yeah. Those technocrats, their mission is to abide by the regulations that have nothing to do with helping a veteran. That's just the nature of bureaucracy.
But I read the book.
Yeah, well.
I read the book. Have you read the book?
I wrote the book.
You did. Yeah. If you haven't read the book, then you have nothing to say.
Yeah. But yeah, we cut through the, and I told one of them here recently, I said, I really understand your situation because in the VA, careers virtually live or die based on following these silly regulations that have nothing to do with helping a veteran. I live in the world where literally veterans' lives count on being able to get away and around some of those regulations that prevent care. So, two different worlds.
Two different worlds. It's time for a quick break. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV.
If
If you're looking for something wonderful and delicious, head on over to Paradise Cream for a homemade ice cream experience. With over 20 flavors like German chocolate cake and sea salt caramel, it's always homemade and delicious. Paradise Cream has something for everyone and also carries dairy-free and vegan ice cream options. So whether you like it in a cup or in one of their homemade waffle cones, you're in for a wonderful dessert experience. Located in Mountain Home next to Ramada Inn or at their Harrison address across from Pizza Hut and Castle Rental. Let Paradise Cream cater your next event, because you're on your way to paradise.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road, where your business is appreciated.
Going on now through June, up to $500 off select mowers at Mower Warehouse, with no money down and payments as low as $89 per month.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Dan Hall, Arkansas Department of Disabled American Veterans. Hollie Scoma, District 3 Veteran Service Officer, is with us. Dan, what you got going on down there at the end of the table?
Well, you know, we talked about the picnic. We've been arranging for that since June. And at the same time, we have to go out this weekend to Denver to the Together with Veterans Rural Suicide Prevention Summit. We've been asked to come out there and make a presentation on our program. Baxter County, basically Mountain Home area, has pretty much set the tone and the structure for how to do this. And pretty much everything that we do is supported by data and results. So we've been also preparing for that. I had to do a slideshow presentation I got all ready, and so we'll be out there this weekend and get back, and then we're back to the final touches on the picnic. But we were just talking off mic about the Wounded Warrior surveys, and the DAV has done these reports on suicide prevention periodically and all the numbers and what have you. Wounded Warriors came out with a very extensive, scientifically based study that supports essentially everything that we're doing here. And some of the overall findings, like some of the strongest predictors of poor mental health and potential suicide, are the things that we concentrate on here. Isolation and depression, post-traumatic stress. And the next one is sleep quality. Just amazing how high on the list of problems that is, followed by isolation of no employment and financial problems. And those are the areas that we have been really concentrating on with veterans and that are isolated and not involved in the system, just to get them out and get them involved. Our community partners for the TWV suicide prevention program was the 7th of September. Mm-hmm. And we had about 30 community-based people, including Baxter Health and city and county government and veterans organizations and VA. Good meeting. We added another person.
Yeah.
And we're going to add another one next time.
Yeah.
People that from different communities that want to be involved. It's just a matter, there's a lot of folks out there trying to do things in their own little silo, if you will.
Yeah.
And what our group does is try to bring all of those together. earlier, I think your prayer this morning was by Hospice of the Ozarks. Most people may or may not know that hospice nationally has a program, We Honor Veterans, and they do a great job. We've had veterans that were isolated and what have you, and in terminal, and they were pretty much suicidal. You know, get me out of this, and hooking them up with hospice, where they got that kind of being honored as a veteran in their last days and so on. So there's a lot of programs that people don't really know about that we try to hook up with.
Yeah, and so with this conference that we're going to, the Together with Veterans, it's a rural suicide prevention. So it's talking about rural veterans health, which is a topic that the VA is just really starting to recognize. They do a lot of things urban, so like a lot of the big cities have like traveling vans and medical help that comes to people. We don't have a lot of that. So we're really small communities trying to explain to the VA, hey, we have to go 150 miles in either direction for a really big hospital for VA. That's where like the community care programs and things like that happen. But going to these meetings, we get to talk about best practices. We get to talk about resources that we should be looking for, or grants or funds and sustainability and things like that, so that we can help with the public health side of prevention, because it is such a huge issue. And so talking about that report, they also did a report specifically on women's veterans for Wounded Warrior Project. So like a lot of people are trying to focus on all these side things because they're so important. And so like community groups like ours, where we're trying to bring all of those things together, like we don't normally talk, like I talk a lot of women's veteran stuff, but I'm also still only veteran stuff. And so Dan does a lot of the disabled American veteran stuff, but also he's talking veteran things. So like we all get together and try and see how we could help each other. So like I get referrals constantly from other organizations. Hey, help out here. Or, hey, can you be here and talk to this group? And those are the things that are super important, so that we're informing everyone, getting everyone on the same page and understanding. So
and that rural healthcare is particularly in mental health is a big issue.
Yeah.
Essentially, when we talk about Mountain Home, Arkansas, most people in the group understand that we're not talking about the city of Mountain Home. We're talking about a 5-county area.
Yeah.
That Baxter happens to be the financial and cultural hub where most of the resources lie.
Yeah.
Baxter Health, ASU, etc. Not every county has a county veteran service officer that's there every day. Some of them work 2 days a week, etc. So we kind of pull it all together in this whole 5-county area. And like she was talking about urban areas that have things that we don't have here. Well, we counter that with some new programs like Dr. Lori Cheney is now operating a home-based primary care. So you have a case manager, the doctor, a nurse, and a social worker that actually go to people's homes to provide care.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of in-house work over at Good Samaritan with the veterans and so on that are over there. In addition to that, there's things coming up all the time that most people don't hear about unless you're really involved with it. I'm looking at a memo here that came from Disabled American Veterans. We have an in-house program that they're creating for caregiver support.
Yeah.
That effective in October. I don't have all the details on it yet, but it's not a VA program. It's not a government program. It's something that Disabled American Veterans National Service Foundation is putting together to assist caregivers that are taking care of veterans. Because that's a big issue. There's an outfit out of New Jersey that basically, if you need help with that, and they do some legal work to help, but you end up having to pay the first 3 months to them to,
right.
You know, so there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that most people don't know much about at all.
And it's a wide amount of programs. Like it's not like we cover like just like 1 or 2 things or talk about like claims. Like it's a lot of different programs. Like there's even like farm from USDA for veterans who are trying to get into like farming or agriculture. Like there's so many different things, and trying to make sure that we have all of those resources to connect people with, so that we can, help prevent these like feelings of isolation or financial struggle. So it's a lot. We're busy. I'm not taking vacation.
Not on the beach, sweetie.
Not on the beach.
No, not on the beach.
Even though that would be so lovely.
Well, actually, this community is pretty much known through Senator Bozeman's office and some of these programs, like our community-based suicide prevention program has had national recognition. This is how we got invited to come out to Denver to be part of this. Our military service sisters that our group started here is hooked up nationally now. So Baxter County, Mountain Home area is well known.
We're doing big things.
Well known.
But also, speaking of Senator Bozeman, he was just selected as Wounded Warrior Projects as their legislator of the year for all the work he's done with veterans.
2 years
So-
ago,
Awesome.
DAV gave him a similar award.
So I mean, that speaks such volumes that Arkansas has such a big impact, that Mountain Home has such a big impact.
Well, Hollie and myself and Dr. Walford and Alicia all sit on another group, which is a national group, supposedly is called SPRINT. It's a Suicide Prevention Research Impact. And there's a team of us that listen to planning grants and what have you and give input like, how's that going to impact us if you were to adopt this kind of a thing. And interesting, there's like 20 people in this Veterans Engagement Council, and I think 8 of them are in Arkansas.
And 5 of them are here.
5 of them are right here in Mountain Home. And this is a national program. So, yeah, we're out there.
Yeah.
Y'all have done a lot of good things.
We try. And then we come here and
Success
get yelled
is a
at
real
by
motivator.
you and Scooter.
There was no yelling. There was persuasive conversation.
I'm going to look back on YouTube later and watch it and be like, oh, there's the yelling.
There was no yelling. She'll say, oh, I'm so sorry.
There's where he said I went to the beach.
But yeah, we're really busy. So if any veteran needs help or if they need information, they can contact their local veteran service officer at the county by calling their judge.
Which is? Who is the current?
Our county veteran
For our
service.
county? Oh, yeah.
Charlie Leonard.
Charlie Leonard.
Okay. And how did they get Charlie? Okay.
870-425-8155. But if you're in Marion County or Fulton and you don't know your county veteran service officer, call your county judge. They work for him. They can put you in touch with him. If you need anything having to do with mobility issues or veterans things in general, or you want to help with what we're doing, you can contact me at 870-421-2322. And we're still looking for drivers to drive the transportation vans to Little Rock. The compensation is you get to spend the whole day on the road with veterans, and you get lunch down at the VA hospital. So,
is it a good lunch?
Volunteers are always needed.
It's a hospital food, so you
can. Well, there you go. There you go.
Hollie, how did they get a hold of you?
If they would like to get a hold of me, they can call me at 870-404-6944.
It's all that time off.
I haven't had all my coffee. I'm very tired.
She doesn't take calls on the beach.
Too much time on the beach.
Saying that her phone
only.
messed up her number.
I looked at my phone and I saw the time and I messed up my own number.
Give it one more time just to be clear.
870-404-6944.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm positive.
Just want to make sure. Dan, what are you gonna do in your spare time?
He's gonna go pack. We're leaving.
Yeah, I'll be on the road all day tomorrow. Or I'll be in Denver.
Is that a 40-hour drive?
It's about 13 hours.
That's all it is?
There's an hour time change. So basically, if I leave at 8 in the morning, I can be there at 8 in the evening. And I've got a good driving partner. My wife and I like being on the road. We solve all the world's problems in a 12-hour day.
It's time for us to go. You've been watching the morning show on XL7-TV.